this skimmer is as soon as we turn it on, it just blows water, absolutely, it blows out the top. And this particular pump just seems a little bit too powerful for this outlet of the skimmer. So the water's sucking in here, and then it's just filling up too much here, and it obviously can't get out fast enough here, even though this is set on max. If you turn it to min, it just goes completely ballistic. So what needs to happen with this skimmer, or if you have the same problem, is you need to raise the skimmer in the top of the, you need to raise the skimmer. And what that means is if it's raised, then the fact that the pump's more powerful can be offset by the fact that the skimmer's higher in the water. The next thing you need to do is to raise it so then at least the water's not going over the top. So the level comes down to a manageable level. Then the next thing that you can do is restrict the amount of air going into the skimmer. So in this case, I've just put a bodgy elastic band there just to demonstrate that that reducing this. So if this, we want to get a tap on it, by the way. If I let all of the bubbles in, then all of a sudden it'll just start overflowing at the top. So right now it's skimming really nicely because I've reduced the air coming in. But if I take that off, this is going to overflow. So if we have a tap here, we can actually reduce the amount of air going in. We still want a nice white column, but if we reduce the air going in, then we can regulate how much the froth is building up. So the number one thing we want to do is raise the skimmer. So we're going to put some marine pure underneath it. And then number two is we're going to put a tap in this line to reduce the air a little bit, because in this particular pump, it seems the pump's too powerful for the thing to come out. And with some of your Chinese pumps, you do find that from one pump to the other pump, even though they're the same pump, so one of them just seems to pump for Australia, the other one just seems to be not as powerful. So in this case here, we're dealing with what we've got. We're going to raise the skimmer up, then we're going to slowly reduce the amount of air going into it, trying to make sure there's still a nice white skimmer, and then trying to make sure the bubbles are in the middle of the neck. Then over time, the absorbate should build up and the waste should build up in the neck, and then that will come out into the skimmer. And then I'm going to want to twice a week, I'm going to want to clean the inside of that neck. And then as you get waste build up here, you throw that out. But cleaning the inside of the neck twice a week is really important, because otherwise fatty acids and so forth will build up in the neck, and then will stop the absorbate coming out. So the most important thing about a skimmer is that it's set correctly, and the next thing about a skimmer is to ensure that it's cleaned regularly. Anyway, if you've had this trouble with your skimmer, then put a little note down on the bottom of this video, and if this is how you manage to fix it, then put a little note at the bottom of this video. This one's also shooting a fair bit of bubbles out at the bottom, and that's because I think this pump's just too powerful. So what we'll do too is we'll put some polyfilter in here, and the polyfilter should help to baffle and reduce the bubbles. Otherwise, the whole tank turns into bubbles. Anyway, let us know. Have you had this trouble, or what did you do to fix it?